Good morning, everybody. It's Cowboy. We are live. It is 8:30 a.m. EST, and it's been an exciting night. We actually ended up with a Trump win so far, and it seems to have been good for cryptocurrency. So at the risk of talking about politics, which happens, but it's really only useful to discuss politics when it comes to how it affects markets, right? So let's go ahead and just take a look at what's going on here with the VC charts. Okay, so let me go ahead and blow up in a good way the weekly chart for Bitcoin, because that's really what did well. A lot of things. Also, the SP 500 was doing well all day yesterday. I did a talk on it, and right now, as we stand at this very second, right now, price is at its prior all-time high. Right. So if you take a look at the price right here, it's above its old all-time high. I mean, this really is signaling that we are now entering the bull market. And if you remember from about 3 or 4 weeks back, 5 or 6 weeks, all these little levels are where I got more and more and more bullish. This level, and this level. And as price broke, I got more bullish. And then last night, probably due to the election and Trump's stance on crypto really went ahead and is just not only touching its all-time high, but coming back down, testing, and coming all the way back up, which is really freaking wild. Now, that happened over the last couple of weeks. So let's look at the last, say, 24 hours of price action on the 3-hour chart. So the test of the all-time high was back Tuesday, 29 October, right? And now we're back again on Tuesday, the 5th. That was yesterday. Tuesday, the 5th of November, very late. We had an all-time high break and close. Right, this happened right around midnight. If we go down to a lower time frame, we can time it. But basically, it was a break and close above all-time high. Now, price has effectively come back down, retested, and stayed above. Right, it actually got below the all-time high, retested, is back above. So let's go ahead and take a quick look right here. If you can see this blue line at 73,800 or so, that was the all-time high. Well, here you go. You have a break and close above, right back down to retest some of these levels right here, this liquidity. And then you've got it right there. Price came back down. Looks like it swept some liquidity from this area. I mean, there were a couple of tops right in here where price dipped into, headed back up, currently holding strong right above that all-time high. So we might officially be in the all-time high, right? So interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. This is very bullish. The fact that it's staying above, right? So that said, yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at the actual percent gain. We have about a 6% gain on yesterday's numbers. Solana has actually done a 12%. It looks far more bullish. And now it's not breaking its all-time high, but it is breaking some local highs, certainly. If we back out to a higher time frame, we'll see right here where we are now at basically not our all-time or not our yearly high, which was back in March when all of the hype was going on, right? But you do see here where price tagged the top here a few times. Kind of this, what is this, about 186, 187. That's an important number. Price is floating just below it. Probably going to break above there as long as Bitcoin remains strong. And that's a 12% gain. Uniswap, we're going in crypto right now. We'll take a look at the SP 500 after we look at Uniswap, because Uniswap's really made some gains. Now, Uniswap, for those of you who may not know, that's where a lot of the meme coins meme, right? So, that's where you're going to see a lot of, really Solana's where the meme coins mean, but the utility projects that are kind of meme-ish, but they're actually like brand new projects that have real utility, those still go on Ethereum and are still traded over Uniswap, and that's a massive 25% gain overnight. So that's a big deal. Looks like Uniswap is remaining dormant there for a short period, just waiting for the market to head up, back up, waiting for perhaps, Bitcoin to head back up, excuse me. So that's that. Atlas Crypto says insane velocity. Yep, for sure. Yeah, insane velocity for sure. Let's go ahead and jump over to TradFi. Let's take a look at the all-time highs for the stock market here. We got we do have all-time highs right here at about 59.50. I said 6,000 by the end of the year. A lot of people did not want to hear that. I did have kind of a bearish scenario and a bullish scenario, and I didn't trade this because I tend not to trade the indices as much as I probably should be. They're almost kind of obvious, very easy to trade. So look here, though. This is my bullish scenario, and it took that run right there, and that was kind of a clue maybe that yesterday, as per the bit that I wrote on Twitter, basically, either the market knew what was going to happen and liked it, or the market was fine either way and just wanted the election over with, right? That either of those things could have been the case, and that happened with the SP 500 and not just crypto. And I think that no matter who won, this was going to happen. As much as I like to say, yeah, the market's happy about Trump, I think this is more like uncertainty money coming back into the market. I think that if Kamala won, we'd have seen the same sort of move up. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And I know all my Trump friends are probably not happy to hear me say that, but I'm just going to speak the truth as I see it, or at least I'm going to speak what I think is the case. I'm going to give my estimations and be real about it. Lisa Gray, good day. Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, Trump people are definitely happy today, which, that's I'm definitely more for Trump than the other side. So I'm not a blind follower of anybody, and nobody's perfect, but I think that was the best choice. Let's look at the Dow Jones. Same thing, all-time highs, I think. Yeah, breaking its all-time highs. Let's see if the NASDAQ is breaking its local highs. We know it's not at its all-time highs. All-time highs were sitting at 20,800. You have a gap up in the futures market because we haven't even seen it open yet, right? So there's a gap up. So that's a good look. But remember, NASDAQ was outperforming everything all year long. Like everything. So it does seem like it was going to take a little bit longer of a breath, right? A little bit more of a pullback than the other indices, which means that as the other indices do well, this might end up after its pullback, either catching up or maybe even outperforming. That remains to be seen, and it might take a while for everything to equalize. But again, you can see I have the bearish look and the bullish look. I thought the bearish look would happen. Of course, I wouldn't trade such a thing. I would completely stay out of markets aside from a really small USD CAD trade last time yesterday that I did win. I won my USD CAD trade. I had two. I had a really high time frame trade, and then I had a low time frame trade. And the low time frame trade went ahead and paid out, and that's nice. The high time frame trade stopped out at entry. I went ahead and shared that trade with everybody at Algo Factory. They got to see all that. But looks like the bullish scenario is what's playing out. So yeah, Atlas Crypto, agree on that. Lesser of two evils. It's always that way. Yeah, it's going to always be that way. Yeah, I mean, Hillary was unpopular with the right. That's for sure. That is what it is. I can tell you if either, Hillary or Kamala got in the office, there's a chance the markets would have done really, really well. There may be some other things that people are concerned about, but the markets probably would have continued up either way. So, the elites make money on, they make money on inflation, and they're going to continue to do so. And if you think, Trump is just making his own decisions, then I got a bridge to sell you. He's probably taking direction from elites as well, right? I'm not saying he's evil. I'm not saying he is doing bad things. I'm just saying that nobody's going to get to be the president and just do whatever the hell they want. They're not a dictator. And I know some people probably, maybe wish they were, but they're not. So, I do think that the markets may take a hit. He's talking about doing some things to clean some things out, and we might actually see markets suffer, especially if he decides to go to a tariff model. And because a tariff can end up being a little bit of a tax, at least initially, on our citizens here, right? You're going to charge more for goods to come in. Goods are going to get more expensive. More income goes towards those goods. Citizens suffer for a short time. But what is going to happen? And ideally, the deal he would make before he even puts tariffs in place, you can tell these other companies like, hey, bring your business here, manufacture here, give us jobs here. And then that way you can get around the tariffs. That's probably, I know he said as much as that's what he wants to do. Ideally, he negotiates that before he puts tariffs in place. That said, all that stuff is way above my head, at least from a decision-making standpoint. So we're going to see how all that pans out. But I want to say thank you all for coming. We got, Atlas says they do what their handlers tell them. Otherwise, a trip to Dallas. Yeah, 2 would agree. Yeah, 2 would agree for sure. And they tried to kill Trump twice, so he might have a little bit of a direction taking problem. But you never know. That might have also given him just another way to look at things. So thanks for coming, everybody. We're going to flip over to the private live lab. Come to algofactory.tech. All right, come to algofactory.tech and come check us out. We teach people how to trade, build trading algorithms. We teach you how to basically take control of at least that part of your life, right? It's not a get rich quick scenario. It takes time to learn. Not everybody is successful, but the highest driver for success in trading, in building trading plans, all that, the highest driver for success from what I've seen is work ethic, right? You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to know how to code, anything like that. You just have to be willing to put in the work, the homework. And, we have a guy named Thinkfree we've had on the show. And again, one person's results are not going to be another person's results. But Thinkfree is able to build his entire algo in 3 hours a week. Now, it did take him quite a while, right? He's been doing this for a while. Like 3 hours a week is going to take some time to do. But he is getting it done. We're going to have him on live sometime soon. And we're going to see how he's doing. He says he's about ready to trade. So see you at algofactory.tech. Much love. Catch you on the flip side. Oh, V the Guerilla. We're going to flip over to private, sir. How are you doing, V?
We're in private?
Yeah, no, not yet. I just kind of did the spiel, but if you want to,
take this into private. Take this into private.
You want me to touch your privates? You're weird.
Yes.
Dude.
What?
You know what I say to people who tell me that are, not my wife?
Sorry, I'm the only one.
Join us or die.
So you're the only one, did you say?
Yes.